Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun.
What's up, guys? It is April 15th of the year of our Lord, 2024, aka it is also Jackie Robinson Day today. This is Stealing Home,
nice.
the most unserious baseball show on the planet, hosted by the best brother-sister duo in baseball. Today we got a great show today, probably the best one we've ever had.
Oh, no doubt. Actually, I'm feeling really confident about this. I think it's definitely the best show I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I prepared a shorter show, and I actually just told Lisa, I was like, this one might not be that good. But then after reviewing the tape, I was like, this might be the best one we've ever had.
Speaking of it being the best show ever, stop what you're doing now. If you're watching this, thank you. And like, review, subscribe, whatever. Wherever you are, Spotify, YouTube, do those things now, please. It helps the show. Thank you.
Yeah. So how much baseball did you watch this week? Because I've been watching a lot. Not a lot of spring training, but I've been watching a lot of baseball.
No, I actually watched a lot of baseball this weekend, like a surprising amount for me.
Yeah.
Like that I actually watched with my eyes the whole thing and not just getting like, that I paid attention to. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I know we watched Sunday Night Baseball together. Let's look at the, I guess, weekly recap.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's see. Let's check this out. So midweek results. We had the Orioles sweeping the Red Sox, which that included Jackson Holliday's debut. I'm not sure if you were familiar with Jackson Holliday, Lisa, being kind of like a normie. I bet you do. I bet you know. Because you're a normie, but you're doing this show, so like you're around it now. You're almost not a normie.
Well, I'm a normie who, as will be the running gag on the show, made the mistake of downloading the MLB app, which I did not know how to turn off notifications for a very long time, and it kept telling me that Jackson Holliday, right, whatever this guy's name is, was coming up, and he's the #1 prospect. And I actually had a question for you about that, because I can think off the top of my head of like 6 different prospects, like #1. How many are these #1 prospects are there?
Well,
What's going on?
It's like once one #1 prospect gets called up, he's
There's
not
a
a
new
prospect anymore. So obviously
Okay.
there's going to be a new #1 when the other guy gets called up.
It's just a lot. It feels like there's always a new #1, and then it's like, oh, and they're bringing him up, and I'm like, okay, and then someone's gonna bring up.
Think about it. If the #1,
year.
the #1 gets brought up, there's gonna be a new #1 because that guy's not #1 anymore because he's not a prospect anymore. So
all right,
Jackson Holliday, son of Matt Holliday, debuted for the Orioles, hitless in the series against the Red Sox, which bummer for him. The Yankees ended up beating the Marlins, but I made fun of you and Brett for the Yankees losing the last game. They won the series.
I will take the fact that the Yankees have yet to lose a series, and I will just ride that for right now.
Your real favorite team, the Milwaukee Brewers, beat the Reds.
Yes.
The White Sox are absolutely terrible. They got swept by the Guardians, who are having a sneaky good start to the year. Really good start. Really good start. Brother.
You were the one who told me that. I said that while we were watching baseball this weekend. I said, the Guardians are like sneaky good, huh? And you were like, low-key, they're not sneaky at all. So are they sneaky or are they not sneaky?
They're having a good start. But yeah, they're kind of not being sneaky about it. Like
No.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant when I said that. The Dodgers beat the Twins midweek. The Rays beat the Angels in LA. Oakland beat Texas. Okay.
A nice win for Oakland.
Oakland is 7-9. Oakland's 7-9 as we're recording this right now. So wow.
Shocking.
Maybe John Fisher's onto something. The Diamondbacks beat the Rockies. Blue Jays beat the Mariners. Phillies and Cards. Phillies way. Tigers, Pirates split. Mets and Braves. The Mets got the Braves there. Good for the Mets. They started terrible, and now they're starting to hit their stride a little bit. Pete Alonso's, I think, second in the big leagues with home runs. He's got 6. The Nationals spanked the Giants. The Astros swept by the Royals. I'm starting to become... I'm rooting for the Angels because I like Ron Washington, but I'm really I'm buying stock in the Kansas City Royals right now. They're really good with Bobby Witt Jr.
You are, but you've been saying that. I'll say you've been on the Royals train, and I'll also say that I would like you to go back and rerun the tape. I actually think that I didn't have the Astros at the bottom of the AL West, which is where they are right now. But I did say I believe that this was not going to be a good year for them, and that's kind of what I mean.
No.
It's not looking good, man.
No. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. The Astros are still the Astros. They get off to a slow start last year, and they still made it pretty far in the playoffs in the ALCS.
That's true,
And
but I mean,
we're not even over in April. So to write off the Astros, not even a month in, that's insane. Wait till 2 or 3 months.
You can't do this to me.
I'm doing it.
You can't do this to me.
I'm doing it. Okay, how about this? Let's bet.
You're the one who said, Lisa, you gotta have these takes. You gotta speculate. And now I'm speculating, and you don't want it.
No, we got to make a separate segment for our Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless takes. If that's you got to at least preface it by saying this is my Skip Bayless take, and then say it. The Astros are done. Like if that's your Skip Bayless take, because if you don't say that, I'm just assuming that's your take.
I'm not giving that take to anybody. I'm giving that take to me. It's my take right now.
You're crazy.
The Astros are done. The Astros are done.
Okay, that's absurd. Tweet that. Everyone hold her to that. That's crazy. And then the Padres.
No, you know what? Hold me to that shit. I hope you do.
We will. The Padres ended up coming back down 8 runs against the Cubs. They ended up winning that series too. Glasnow, when he pitched for the Dodgers against the Twins, had 14 strikeouts. Classic Dodgers getting a guy who's an absolute dog and pitching really good. And yeah, the A's not bad. JP Sears has a no-hitter through like 6 or 7 innings against the Rangers. Almost got it. And Shea Langoliers, who plays for the A's too, had a 3-home run night. So that rounded up the midweek games. We can hop
I don't know.
over.
Maybe the idea of moving to Sacramento made the A's be like have a little bit of life, but I don't think that's.
I think it'd be
last,
the opposite. I would want to leave.
It's so messy.
Let's check out the weekend results. The Blue Jays ended up beating the Rockies. The Reds swept the White Sox. Everyone's just destroying the White Sox because they absolutely blow. The Brewers, you're a real fan of the Brewers, like your real team that you root for, not the Yankees. The Brewers beat the Orioles.
I'm actually, No, I need to get like Brewers merch. Like I'm low key because I've never been to Milwaukee. I don't know anyone except like Churio who plays there. That's all I've got. But you know what? I'm becoming
Christian
a fan.
Yelich. Maybe we should pull our. We've got 54 subscribers. We're on the march to 75. So again, subscribe and help us out. But maybe we can use some pull with our show and at the Brewers to see if they can send you a hat or something, or a visor at least. Maybe a coaster.
I always said, like, if we ever got to a certain point of subscribers, I would just let them choose what team I rooted for. And then I would ride or die for that team for the rest of my life.
Like, yeah, you probably will. You'll get really into
like,
it,
if we were to ever hit, like, I don't know, what's a good number? Like 250 subscribers? Yeah, right. Like, if we ever did hit that, it would at least be a season-by-season thing. Like, if we kept growing, I'd be like, this season, I'm riding or dying for this team, and you will see me be passionate as hell. Because I will go for it.
Well, let's keep going. The Cardinals don't look very good so far. I'm not going to say they're done, though, like some other people will, just because they look bad. If anyone were to say they're done, you're more likely to say that about the Cardinals than the Astros. But the Diamondbacks beat them.
The Astros are out of here.
The Yankees beat the Guardians. They have yet to lose a series. They look good, but we'll talk about them briefly for a second, too, later. The Red Sox putting on a defensive clinic on how not to play defense against the Angels. But
they still won.
Yeah, they did. They won the series, which I'm like, dude, I'm rooting so hard for the Angels. I want them to be good because I want to see Mike Trout, and I like Ron Washington a lot. But I think they're like right there from turning the page and actually playing good. They just got to get consistent. Like, they're right there. They're so close. But the Red Sox win despite playing the worst defense in the world. The Mets, they're hot. The Mets, I don't know why I'm doing a sketch finger right now, but the Mets are hot, and they beat the Royals, who are a hot team. The Mets are heating up. The Padres beating Los Angeles. The rivalry is alive. That was Sunday Night Baseball.
Did I pick them? Did you pick them?
You
what happened
and
there?
Brett picked the Padres. I picked the Dodgers.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Let's hop over to the other Fox primetime game, the Astros and Rangers, since we're on the topic. The Astros beat the Rangers, and I had the Astros. You and Brett had the Rangers for the Saturday game, but the Astros ended up winning that series too. Oh, look, the Astros are done. No, they just beat the defending world champs. So
they're done, and you know what? The Rangers are done too. Everybody's done. It's a Yankees Brewers year. That's what we've got. That's all I care about.
The A's were playing a bad team in the Nationals, but they got that series win. So are the A's really that? We're not giving the A's enough credit, maybe, or maybe we're just being fooled with, and they actually do suck, but they've won a few.
I mean, look, as you keep reminding me, we got a long, long road ahead of us. Statistically, they're bound to win some. Like,
you would
has
hope.
there ever been a, you would hope. But I don't know if there's ever been a team that's gone like so low where they don't even win like I don't know, 10 games. Like
No.
they're gonna have to win a few. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen. But I don't know how they couldn't not be done just given one everything I mean, I think there's some good players over there. I just think all the stuff that's going on with them, how could they not be distracted and not working well with all that happening around them?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe if they're using baseball as an outlet. But yeah, they're 7-9, which
Maybe.
I mean, any other team like that's 7-9, you're probably a little disappointed. Like, can we please get over 500? But the A's 7-9, that's a championship team right there. If you're the A's and you're 7-9, the Pirates and Phillies had a really fun series. They ended up splitting
but hold
their
on.
series. Yeah.
I'll say this, looking at the AL West, I mean, Texas is the only one at 500. Like everyone else is
Under?
below.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just saying it's kind of a stinky league right now.
Yeah, so let's pull up the standings. I mean, what do you see anything that surprises you? I think I asked the same question last week, and we're like 7 more games into the season or 6 more games into the season since I last asked it. But I mean, the Yankees are 12-4. The AL East is 500 and above. Yeah, the West is kind of underwhelming, but at least the Angels are right there. My Angels are right there.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the West is like a no-show, but then meanwhile in Central, I mean, I feel like we've got some teams. I know we had talked about at the beginning of the season, like, are the Tigers going to be sneaky good? I know we talked about the Guardians. Brett's been on that train for a really long time, and you've been all about you're buying stock.
Oh,
in
they're winning the
Royals.
division. They're winning the division. I don't know if I said that in the beginning when we did our division picks, but I'm saying that right now. The Royals are winning the division.
Okay, yeah. I mean, they could. Those are some good teams that they've got over there. And then,
I know I'm being a hypocrite too, because I just told you that if you said the Astros are out, then you're dumb. And I'm saying the Royals right now are going to win a division just based off their start. So it's like I'm saying you can't judge a start for the Astros, but I'm judging the Royals start right now heavily. So.
No, I mean, I think also like it's not really, I guess, a surprise, but in the Central, I'm happy to see the Brewers. As we know, it's a meme. I'm the Brewers fan now, but
the Pirates too, man. They're for real.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, I kind of thought that I mean, I guess the Cubs are there. I was gonna say I kind of thought the Pirates, this was gonna be their year to like dominate the NL Central, but it looks like, I mean, they're holding their own, but there is some competition from the Brewers, which I find very interesting.
Don't sleep on the Cubs and the Reds. Like, I think when we did our picks, we kind of crapped all over the Central divisions, and looking at it so far, the Central divisions actually have some pretty good teams there.
Yeah,
what's
I agree.
Really shocking. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and then you have the NL West, which like
give it time.
I mean,
give it time.
Yeah, fair.
I think you'll have 2 90-win teams in there. I think.
Okay.
The Astros will pick it up. The Astros will pick it up. I'm telling you. The Mariners might be worse than the A's. Who knows? What do you think's more likely to happen? The Astros not be good at all this year, or the Mariners being worse than the A's? Who's gonna be worse? The Astros in total, or the Mariners worse than the A's?
No, the Mariners will be worse than the A's. Like
that's crazy.
And the White Sox might be worse than everyone.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what surprised me is how bad the Marlins are. I didn't think they were that bad at all. But speaking of bad, though, I wanted to bring this up.
They weren't last year, though. They were a
playoff team last year. That's what I'm saying.
They were a playoff team last year. So I don't know what happened. And maybe this is just you keep saying it's a slow start for the Astros.
No,
maybe it's
the
Marlins
Marlins are messed up. I don't think that's a slow start. I think they're just messed up. They're just slow. They're going to be slow all year. They're done. In my head. But we talked about bad teams, and the Red Sox making like 1 million errors this weekend. I was like, dude, the Red Sox and the A's made so much errors, and I wanted to pull it up. If you look at the teams in the major leagues who are leading the league in errors, one of those teams is good so far. I mean, the Red Sox aren't bad either, but one of those teams are the Yankees, and they're 12-4 leading their division.
I was just going to say, this is giving one of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, exactly. And the Boston Red Sox aren't even that bad. They're like 500, but they shoot themselves in the foot so much they could be better.
Well, and look, I think we're biased, obviously, being fans of AL East teams, but I think this is not a controversial take that if you take any of those teams and put them in any other division, like they would probably be better than they, statistically than they are.
That might have been truer in the past than it is now, though, because now the schedule is more balanced, so you play other divisions.
Yeah.
More.
That is true. That's a good point.
What do you make of the Yankees having 16 errors?
Yeah, kind of surprising, except not when like I know at least for the games that I've watched and paid attention to with the Yankees, there's been a lot of comebacks, right? Like
Yeah.
they're not a team that's like going on the field consistently leading and then they just leave, they go home. They're constantly, it feels like there's like a little bit of a battle going on there. And when you see this, I guess it makes sense because I'm like, yeah,
So
they're coming from behind because they keep messing up.
we saw the same thing this Sunday too when we went to the Mullet, the bar near my house, and yeah,
Bro, don't geolocate yourself.
it's all
What are
right.
you doing?
There's a lot of houses by the Mullet.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
and it was just like these guys for the Yankees, they have the lead in extra innings, and then they drop the game and lose the lead and lose the game eventually to I think it was the Guardians they were playing. And I called Brett, and he's like, "Yeah, Aaron Boone making the dumbest managerial decisions ever." And I didn't really get what they were. We were at a bar, so my attention at that game was not that heavy, despite the fact that
No,
I bet $19 on whoever was the underdogs, and that was the Yankees at the time. So I lost my $19 thanks to Aaron Boone allegedly. But yeah, I don't know. I guess since you're talking about like the dogfights that the Yankees are in, is their success sustainable? You would say, like, do you think that they're gonna ride this high all the way to the end of the year and finish in first place, or is a team like the Orioles or the Rays or the Red Sox even or Blue Jays like are one of the other teams gonna hog them down?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I think it kind of gets to a question that I've been asking myself about the Yankees, which is I feel like for the last few years, the Yankee issue has not been all in all a player issue. Like, yes, there have been issues from players, but I think anyone would say, maybe I'm not right, but I would say that there's definitely something going on with like management and the office, right? Like something was going on with the Yankees where they just could not get it together and all their trades, all their decisions, like there was always like, what are you doing? Like people kept at like, what is going on here? I mean, we talked about Montgomery and during the playoffs last, like there's all these decisions they make that don't make a lot of sense. And I've been thinking to myself, has the hotness of the Yankees been because of the players or because management and the office actually
Well,
have it
it's
together
always the
this season?
players because
Well, but there
the
has to be a
players are
combination,
playing. I
right?
don't see Brian Cashman
Yes,
out there
yes,
with a bat.
yeah.
But no, I see what you're saying. I mean, they did go
But
out
you know
and
what
get
I'm
Juan
saying,
Soto.
right?
So and Juan Soto's
Yeah,
a big yeah.
well, and you still got to make the right calls in the middle of the game, right? Because if you start doing, if you're making bad calls and you're running the team weirdly, then
I see.
you're not gonna
Their
have.
front office
Yeah,
has
that's
been
what
kind
I'm.
of crap.
And
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, so now my question is, okay, so we've got the players. Clearly, the players are there, the energy's there. If it's the office for real, like if the office didn't get their stuff together, eventually we're gonna see it. And I think that might be what we see here. If it gets to a point where whatever's happening inside the Yankee locker room like can't keep it together, I don't see how that energy like comes onto the field. Just because you have great guys, like it needs to be somewhat cohesive. I
Yeah.
think that could be the problem with the Yankees.
Well, the Dodgers right now are like what the Yankees used to be with all of the
Yes.
stars that they have, and they go out and spend
Right.
money and get guys. So the Dodgers are like the Yankees of the Steinbrenner Yankees when they were getting
I
everybody.
would I was
Um,
really thinking that while we were watching the Sunday Night Baseball last night, because I was like, you know what? Every guy that comes up, I know who these people. I'm not even a Dodgers fan. I know all these
Oh, hell
guys,
yeah.
and they're performing like they're
It also
players,
helps when
man.
they're on Sunday Night Baseball every single night. but
That too.
but
That too.
did you catch any of the beef between the Dodgers and the Padres recently, like within
Well, they're
this past weekend?
well, they are rivals, right?
If you ask a Dodger fan, they'll say no, we're not rivals with the Padres. And if you ask a
Oh,
Padres fan, they'll say, yeah, we hate the Dodgers. So it's like a big brother, little
okay.
brother kind of situation. But
Uh-huh.
unbiased third opinion, yes, 100% they're rivals. Are you kidding me? They do not like each other. They are rivals.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
Yes.
rival behavior.
I know. Yes, yes. So this weekend, I'll catch you up on it. This series was actually insanely good, and we had a lot of good series. Like the Pirates and Phillies one, like I said, was really good. Yankees Guardians was pretty good. A lot of back and forth series in major leagues within the last week. The Royals and Mets even had a really good one because I bet on that game and I was pulling my hair out.
I was gonna say it was a lot of hearts broken over the Hard Rock app here in Florida.
Yeah. Game one between the Dodgers and the Padres. That was Friday night. The Padres were down 7-3 and ended up coming back and winning 8-7. And remember, they split in Seoul. They split 2 games
Yes.
in Korea. So game 1, Padres come back from down 7-3 in Los Angeles to beat the Dodgers, and they win 8-7. Game 2, the Dodgers end up winning this one. There's a lot of great defense. Gavin Stone, the pitcher for the Dodgers, actually had a no-hitter going through 5 innings. I think he lost it in the 6th inning, top 6. The benches ended up clearing because Jerickson Profar, who... Have you heard of Jerickson Profar? I can't even speak. Jerickson Profar?
No.
Okay, well...
No, I haven't
asked
heard of
that, and I'll get into why. Gavin Stone has a no-hitter, and he throws a... Jerickson Profar squares around to bunt. At this time, it's a 1-0 game. So typically, some pitchers will get mad when you try to bunt during a no-hitter. But I think everyone, except for pitchers, agrees, like, if it's 1-0, we need a base runner. I'm trying to get on. So there's, like, nothing bad blood if I'm trying to bunt during a no-hitter. He squares around, doesn't get it down. Next pitch is a cutter up and in. Not really. He was not trying to throw at him or anything. He has a no-hitter, and he doesn't want to put a base runner on. And Profar later admitted that, too. Like, he wasn't trying to throw at me. I just misunderstood. He ends up getting mad. And here, I'll pull it up, the little, He ends up getting mad. Bench is clear. He has some words with the catcher, Will Smith. Everyone gets kind of separated there. And after the game, they ask Will Smith, they say, hey, what do you make of that situation that happened after the game? And Will Smith said about Jerickson Profar, yeah, that guy, like, why would we throw at him? He's kind of irrelevant. So that's why I asked you, do you know who Jerickson Profar is? And that's not fair because you're a normie. I know who Jerickson Profar is because he's been in the league for a while. And to say he's irrelevant is kind of messed up. But, I mean, he's not Manny Machado. He's not Fernando Tatis. He's not a star on the Padres. But he's still a good player. So that happened in Game 2. The Dodgers end up winning that game. Let's fast forward to Game 3 now. And it's back and forth early. The Padres had the lead. The Dodgers end up taking the lead. It was 3-3 later in the game. Guess who comes up to bat with the bases loaded? Mr. Irrelevant. His name's Jerickson Profar. I don't know if you can hear me, if it was lagging on your side.
Jerickson
Profar. Mr. Irrelevant.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Mr.
Yeah,
Irrelevant comes up with the bases loaded and ends up hitting a bases clearing double while Will Smith is right behind him trying to catch the ball. And he slaps it off the wall in center field. Almost hit a grand slam, which would have been crazy. Dodgers end up losing this game because Profar smacked the hell out of this ball. So
I bet they know who he is now.
Yep. And that was just a nice way to finish this. I mean, you had last year with Bryce Harper and Orlando Arcia, the Braves shortstop. And now we got Will Smith, not the actor, by the way, the catcher for the Dodgers. And we got Jerickson Profar, Mr. Irrelevant, beefing right now. Good series. The rivalry is definitely alive. I wanted to ask, do you think this is the biggest rivalry in baseball right now?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, simple. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm just thinking of, rivals as we know. I mean, I think
you still have Phillies and Braves.
I was just gonna say, like, I couldn't think of one where both were doing really well. I guess I'm proven wrong, but I don't know. I just still feel like with the star power that the Dodgers have and the way that they're, like you said, it doesn't hurt when you're on national TV all the time. You're just in a bigger spotlight. So naturally, the Padres actually not being bad either this year also elevates them. So yeah, I would say it probably is the biggest one this year that we've got.
Now, where would you rank it? I was going to say last year it kind of died down because the Padres, they had a bad year. But when you look at, I think I've said this before to you, when they look at their run differential, they should have won more games than they lost.
I actually think I said that because I read an article.
Nope, I said it. We can find the receipts. But okay. Because I think I read an article. Scott, you said that. No, but you're not. I mean, whatever article you read, they're not wrong. And I've been saying that. Like, their running differential was not bad. Their expected win-loss was better than it was. They were about 500. And they have stars on that team. Like, let's not forget, 2 years ago, the Dodgers and the Padres played in the playoffs, and San Diego beat them. So, and then last year they weren't good, so it kind of died off last year. but it's back now. It is full on back. I think this is the biggest rivalry in baseball. I was trying to think of another one that would beat it. Maybe Texas and Houston.
I was just gonna say, you took the words out of my mouth because I was going to say I would probably say Houston and Texas, but since the Astros are trash this year,
They just walked into Texas, or they didn't beat Texas in Texas, but Texas went over there and Houston beat them. So
I'm just sticking by what I look.
and with the track record with Houston, you cannot say that hurts their rivalry. Like maybe if we go fast forward 3 months, if Houston still stinks, then yeah, it's not a rivalry anymore because they're irrelevant and they're not gonna make playoffs.
Right.
But you can't say that right now. Like their rivalry is still hot.
I'm saying it. I'm sticking to it.
All right. Then what about Yankees, Red Sox? Obviously, neither team has been. This year, Yankees are hot. Red Sox are okay.
Yankees, right. So this year, Yankees relevant, which means Red Sox irrelevant. Also doesn't matter.
What that means. The Red Sox are 9-9. They could easily still catch up. It's early.
We're talking about right now. We're talking about this moment in time.
I know.
But
you said irrelevant.
Okay.
You're being mean. You're doing your Stephen A. and Skip Bayless takes.
Again, when I give these takes, you're like, hold on. But then you'll just come out and say some random shit, and that's fine.
I feel like your takes are mean. My takes are positive. Your takes are like, this team stinks, and my takes are like, yeah, the Royals are going to win it all, which is like
every duo
dumb,
needs a villain. I'm okay with that. That's
good cop,
fine.
bad cop. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think of another rivalry. I mean, Yankees-Rays used to be good, but that's not a big rivalry. Like, it's not bigger than LA and San Diego. You got Phillies. Did I say Phillies Braves already?
You did say Phillies Braves. I mean, both are good teams. They're both relevant. I just think they haven't been as much in the headlines lately, but I'm sure they will become more relevant as the season goes on.
What sucks with the new scheduling that they put in last year too, where you play less divisional games, we're not going to be able to see this matchup that often anymore in the regular season, which kind of blows because I would like to see these guys play each other more and more and more. I would watch a 162 game series of just these two teams. It's entertaining.
I would not.
It is.
I would not.
I wanted to also ask, though, just a stretch, and I know it's really early, but maybe this is right up your alley because this is where you would want to give a Skip Bayless ass take right here. Ready?
Okay, can't wait.
How likely is it that the San Diego Padres actually win the National League West over the Dodgers?
I think there is a very good shot, actually. I think the further that we go, because it's hard for me to see where this ends, where the Dodgers don't make the playoffs. However, I'll say this.
They could be a wild card.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they'll still make the playoffs. But to say that they're a shoo-in just to win the division, I don't think that that's true. I also think there's a little bit of irony if Ohtani moves from the Angels to this, like, star-studded Dodgers team and then doesn't make the playoffs still. That would
making
be
the playoffs.
Insane. I'm just saying, like,
if they don't make the playoffs,
happen,
that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would be crazy if they didn't make the playoffs. But to say that they're a shoo-in to win the division, like, I don't know that we can say that right now as it stands. No, I don't think it's crazy.
We'll see. As we stand right now, the Dodgers are 11-7, Padres 9-9, and the Arizona Diamondbacks are 8-8. The Giants are scuffling. I thought they'd be a little bit better, but I'm not surprised that they're not that good. And then the Rockies in the basement. So
the Rockies, like, do they exist? Are they? Here's my thing. I've never seen the Rockies, the team. I don't know. Are they real?
Yeah. The Rays played them. I watched the series. And
you never hear anything about these people. Are they actually out there?
Yes.
Please, if you're a Rockies fan, comment please so that I know that you exist. Because right now I have questions.
You're gonna get hate mail from Rockies people.
That's okay, because then I'll know they're okay that they're out there.
Yeah.
Like right now, I've got nothing.
Well, look, I'll show you after this episode, and if you haven't seen it, if you're watching this, I believe it was 20. What year was it last year? 2023, 2022. NLDS between the Dodgers and the Padres. One of the most electric atmospheres in San Diego as they were trying to win their first playoff game and first playoff series in like a million years. And they beat their Dodgers that they hate so much. And the whole crowd's chanting, BLA, BLA. If you're doing sports chants where you're specifically referencing the team that you're playing, it's a rivalry and you hate them, okay?
That is very true.
And Dodgers fans don't like the Padres either. And Dodgers fans like to fight. I don't know if you go on Twitter and see all the fight videos, but it's like Fight Club over there in LA. Maybe all that traffic pisses them off. They carry their road rage in.
That's a crazy thing. is like the more I learn about the Dodgers, now that I'm paying attention, the more I'm like, ooh, I don't know that I would actually pick this side, but you have Otani, and that is my like favorite player right now. So I guess I have to like you, but they're sus. Like they got
Especially
some sus
after
stuff.
Will Smith's comments, man, that's kind of a low blow to say Jurickson Profar he's
Yes.
irrelevant. The guy has been in the
I
big leagues for 10 years. Machado pointed that out. Hey, this guy has 10 years in the bigs. Like, that's hard to do. And you're Will
yeah,
Smith.
that's what I'm saying. Like the energy over there in and at the Dodgers field is a little
They
sus.
got an ego over there.
They do, which is why if they don't make the playoffs, that shit would be hilarious. Also, their manager would end up losing his job, which would be really funny too. Not because I wish that for him, but just because like it would just be like no one would see that coming.
I
Like,
think
that
when we
would
were
be
watching this
insane.
Sunday, I was like, yeah, Dave Roberts is a manager for the Dodgers. I was like, he has the easiest job in the world. He's managing I could manage the Dodgers.
Okay, but that's not a job you
And write
want.
that lineup. Well, yeah, if you don't win, you're out. Yeah, but I can do it though.
Exactly. Yeah.
If I manage the Dodgers, I think I could win at least like 75 games. And
Oh, well,
I'm probably winning 95. But I think
that's what I'm
the
saying.
floor is
Like,
75 and the ceiling's 110 for me if I manage the Dodgers.
I don't know. Oakland's gonna like stumble into at least 60 wins, probably,
Yeah,
right?
well,
Like,
maybe we'll
I
see.
mean,
That I think they
we'll
were less
see,
than that
but
last year. I don't know. All right. The other big news of the week was Jackson Holliday's debut. He debuted against the Boston Red Sox in Fenway Park, which I think is pretty cool to be able to. If that's where you're gonna debut and you debut in Fenway, that's a top park to debut in as a rookie, in my opinion. It's just historical, whatever. I'm not. You seem unimpressed, but yeah, he.
I'm more just thinking like, when do they decide we're gonna bring up number one? And then does number two get a call that like, hey, you're number one now?
No, I don't
These
think
are
that's how
this
that
is
works.
this is what happens in my brain.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
Got it.
But
Okay.
yeah, people were saying, hey, he should have been called up at opening day. Like, why'd they keep him down? And then they brought him up at a time where it wasn't service time manipulation, where it's like sometimes if you leave a guy in the minors for a certain amount of time and then bring him up later, you extend your team's years of control over said player. Does that make sense? So if I wait to bring you up,
It does make
I have an
sense.
extra
Yeah.
year where you don't go into free agency. So I'm incentivized to do that. They've kind of fixed it with the CBA a little bit. That doesn't apply for Jackson. They just started him down there. I think they said to get him consistent at bats. In my head,
Okay.
if you're the number one prospect and you get called up, you're gonna get consistent at. Like you should be number one. So yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, he came up, and maybe they know something that we don't, because he started off like 0 for 100 million against the Red Sox. Didn't get a hit until the first game. I think whoever the hell they're playing right now. It's not the Angels. I don't know who they're playing right now. I forget. But he got a hit this week. Oh, it might have been the Angels. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. It was just today he
He
got
got
a
a
hit.
single. Wasn't it his first at bat? He got a single, right?
Yeah.
And then that was that.
Yeah, he just got a hit today. And so his numbers as of right now is 1 for 15, 9 strikeouts, and defensively he's had a few miscues, dropping some fly balls. Is Jackson Holliday a bust? Skip Bayless? 15
No,
at-bats
give him
into your
time.
Major League career.
Give him time.
You
Let him
fought
cook.
back that. You fought back your
Let him. I did. I
Jackson
really,
Holliday can't hit.
He's a dud. No,
Don't
give him
pay that
time.
man money.
How old is he? How old is this kid?
He's like 20. I think
20?
he's 20 years old, yeah.
Yeah, give him some time to you know what? He might just need a little bit more in the oven. Put him in there for a little bit.
Let him bake a
Let's
little.
take him out. Let him bake. Put the light on, check the glass, take him out in 5 minutes. Let's see how he does. You know, if he's like crispy now, because not looking great, but he's got a shot. He's got a shot. I'm not gonna sell him out.
I agree. 15 at bats. Come on, man. That's
Yeah, like-
that's 3 games sometimes, 5 games. Like, come on, that is nothing. And he went over.
Plus, yeah, it's his debut. Like, not the debut you want, but you know, you don't get a choice.
If
sometimes.
I'm his dad, Matt Holliday, I would be pissed off though, because I heard something. He flew at like 4 a.m., got the red eye to go see his debut, and the kid doesn't get a hit until like 5 games later. I'd be like, son, what are you doing, man? I didn't fly over here to watch you get out, man. Get a hit. But
See, I would tell Pop to never come to one of my games again. Like, you can't come.
Nah.
Just let me cook on my own.
Let me ask this. I know first 15 at bats, he's got 1 hit with 9 Ks. How quickly? If we both agree, he'll probably bounce back because he's hit at every single level that he's in. There's no reason to ring the alarm yet on this kid. How quickly, now that he's got the first hit and he's got the monkey off his back, do you think he's going to take off like a rocket now, or is it going to be kind of more of the same, slow? What do you guess on this? How quickly is he bouncing back?
I don't know that a rocket. Like, I'm not throwing the guy out just yet, but I'm also not going to buy stock.
Okay,
like, I don't see
fair.
this one going to the moon. I think probably he has like, okay, if I was going to say like a completely out of pocket take with no information, which is how I take most of my takes. There, normal season, maybe he even gets injured and we don't even get to see him finish the season.
Don't put that voodoo out there. Don't put that
I'm not
voodoo out
trying
there.
to. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I've heard of this story before. Like, you have a number 1 prospect, he comes out, maybe he starts hot, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Something happens. Next thing you know, he's out for like the next 3 months. And maybe we'll get him to play.
Churio's the top prospect for the Brewers. And I don't think he's having like that hot of a start either. Now, Wander Franco, who was the number 1 prospect before he started the touch minors, he was really good.
I was gonna say, can we even say that name?
Yeah, he was really good. He was generational, and he was
Didn't he
off
get
to the
hurt?
races.
I thought he got hurt that season though. His first season.
It was like the second season. His second season, he got hurt. His rookie season,
Got it. Okay.
rookie, but when he got called up, he was really good.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
But how scary are the Orioles, man? They got prospects out the wahoo. I think their AAA team is the Norfolk Tide or something, and their AAA team could probably beat like the White Sox or the Marlins. Like their AAA team, if they were in Major League Baseball, would probably be like around 500, maybe, potentially.
Okay, I was gonna say you got to give me some other like parameters because beating the White Sox. I mean, I think I could
saying they're
put together
good.
a high school team right now that could beat the White Sox.
Yeah, I umpire for a couple Little League teams that might have a chance against the White Sox.
Yeah, put me out there. I'll beat the White Sox.
Dude, it's like the Orioles, man. They got dogs. Like, I'm like, did they even call up the right guy? Like, there's other guys that could probably put some damage. And the thing is, like, they have a good bad problem where they have so many dogs in their organization that they can't call some guys up because there's no room for them because there's dogs up in the major leagues. So
Yeah.
good for them though. All right, time for your favorite part of the show. My favorite part too.
It's time for fair or foul.
I thought I could sense you wanted me to do it with you, but
No, it's okay. You don't have to do it. I only want Brett to do it with me.
I was gonna say I felt like that was a Brett thing. You guys bonded over that.
Yeah.
Well, the first one is if you have your notes app out.
Yes.
Okay, you see where it says Dodgers swap?
Yes.
Don't look at it yet, but actually you can go ahead and look at it. Pull that up. Watch that little video. This Sunday, I think it was Tatis or Machado hit an absolute moonshot.
We watched this, bro.
Yeah, it was a Sunday night. We listened to him get interviewed. Fair or foul, this guy caught a home run ball, had an extra ball in his pocket. He kept the home run ball and threw the one in his pocket back onto the field. Fair or foul, this guy hitting the old home run switcheroo.
Look, there's one thing I don't like. Actually, as anyone who's been consistently watching this, which, by the way, thank you if you are, there's a lot of things I don't like. You're learning that. But one of those things that I don't like is like performative. Is it good to throw back a ball of a rival who hits a home run? Yes, we like that. That's fair. Is it good to have a fake ball and then throw that ball back just so you have that, but then keep the ball? No, man. Go all the way. What are you talking about? Like, you're not committing. Either you throw back the ball or you keep the ball. Don't fake it like you know what I mean? Like, that's just so gross. You're being fake.
Murder, the R word, and then
What?
this. Murder,
No, bro.
R word, and
No,
this.
Anthony, no.
This is bad.
No.
This is bad. This is
Okay.
diabolical.
Don't need that. Like, maybe we don't start with that. Yes, it's bad, but like, okay, I think we can agree.
Let me explain.
You're going too far now.
I'm just
No.
listing grave sins, okay? You do not, First problem, you went to the baseball park with a glove as a grown-ass man. The Hispanic Paul Blart that I see on my screen right now, catching this home run ball,
bro.
putting a ball in his pocket before the game, bro, this was premeditated, all right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's
I know.
kind of wild for you to do that.
This is so foul, bro. And then they interviewed him and made him a hero.
I know. Then
Get
they
him off the
interviewed
screen.
him,
Get
and
him
they
off
were
the
like,
screen.
Are you gonna keep the ball? Blah blah blah. And he's talking about like other balls he's caught and this and that. And I'm like, so you're one of those guys.
He's a Hample. He's a Zach Hample.
You plan this, and then you plan, bro.
Look, this guy's foul. He might need to be barred from Dodger Stadium, and he needs to return his Dodger jacket. But I will say this. Got to give the guy some credit. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. You got to give the guy some credit there.
I was just going to say this. Look, I don't have a problem with you catching the ball. I don't have a problem with you keeping the ball. I don't have a problem with you throwing the ball back. But you got to pick one. You can't try to thread this needle where you're like, oh, I'll get points from the fans for throwing the ball back, but then I'll keep it so that I can have it also.
It's
like,
kind of the soft way out. If you're going to keep it, be a man and take it on the chin. Take your hate that they're going to throw at you.
Look, if they're like, I don't know a star player on the Red Sox right now, but let's say I'm a Padres fan and like Mookie hits a home run and I catch it.
I'm throwing it back.
I'm not throwing that thing back.
I'm throwing it back.
I'm not throwing it back. I won't do it. You could not make me.
But
However,
you'll take the booze though. You will wear the booze on the chest, and I'll say, hey.
Then I would just be like, look, it's a Mookie Betts ball.
It's like the guy. It's like the guy shackled to like the ground on a stage while people throw tomatoes at him. Like that would be you with Mookie Betts' ball in your hand like this.
I don't care. And if you can't handle the heat,
get out the kitchen.
I'm just saying, if you can't handle the heat from the people around you, then throw the ball back. That's it. It's a very simple thing. I don't know why we have to keep complicating things in this life.
This was soft. The worst thing here is the guy's face like after. I don't know if you can look at it, but like after he throws it out, he hits like a model Zoolander type face.
It is a little dramatic.
Yeah.
The whole thing's very dramatic.
Yeah.
I mean,
not a fan. It's foul. Let's move on.
Yeah. Let's move on.
I'm just saying. Like, get this off my screen, please.
I'm excited. I'm exhausted.
All right, the next one.
Exhausted.
We talked about rivalries. The Dodgers and Padres being a big rivalry. Yankees, Red Sox, Cubs, Cardinals. Huge rivalries in baseball. There's a new one popping up. Blooper, the Braves mascot, versus Rain. So the game got rained out, and Blooper went to social media, and he went on Instagram Live, for about, I think he was out there for 2 hours on the dugout right there with the rainwater just hitting him and just laying there depressed because there's no baseball. But the Instagram cut out 30 minutes in. So he was laying there for 2 hours, but the Instagram only lasted 30 minutes and he didn't know because he was just laying there. And then the other one is a video of him out in center field trying to physically fight the rain with a baseball bat. So fair or foul?
Funny.
How do you feel about this one?
Oh, this is so fair. This is exactly what you need to be using mascots for. This is fantastic. I love this kind of mascot lore. Remind me what team this was? Hold on.
Braves.
Is this the Braves? Yeah, and you said the Phillies are their
Fanatic.
Phillies are their rival, right?
Yeah. Oh, we need a boxing match between Blooper and the Fanatic.
What? No. Okay, YouTuber. No, I was gonna say if I was in charge of the Fanatics right now,
tickets.
I would make a video of the Fanatic doing like a rain. I don't know. I guess this might be a cultural appropriation, so I guess I don't know like how this would work.
Yeah.
But like, the rain, like, all in the rain, and so like,
or maybe like just like pouring water.
Right, like something like feed into it because that's your rival. This is what mascots are for. I
don't mind the boxing match idea though. Who do you think wins that fight, Blooper or Fanatic? I'm taking the Fanatic.
I don't trust that
Blooper.
man.
Sorry,
I don't
Blooper.
trust him at all.
The Fanatic hides stuff in his nose, in his mouth and nose.
Blooper clearly is a man of the people, and he's made that very clear. Blooper for 2024. I love that man. The Fanatic, I do not trust him.
I can't get over the video of him out in the outfield trying to hit the raindrops. He's trying to scare
The whole thing is so funny. It's so good. I love it.
All right. Well, so we had one foul, one fair. The next one is a video, so I'm gonna have to do some editing here. But pull up the video of the Boston Red Sox. Let me just preface this. There's a guy on Twitter who posts videos of music videos about the Red Sox, win or lose. And just pull up the first one there. And
Okay.
let me get your opinion as you listen to it.
All right, let's see.
It would be so sad to have an infield that can play baseball, like major league caliber baseball. Jansen came from the pen and my worries came to life. 83 in the dirt, 89 down the pike. Cold, dreary April Thursday, lost without your embrace. Sox blow the late one again, punch me in the face. How do you lose to a team of children? How come nothing good ever happens to us? It's like Boston sports fandom, it's a life sentence of misery. I can't take it anymore.
That's it.
Wow. Wow.
That was posted after they got swept by the Orioles. I think my favorite part of that was how do you lose to a team full of children? Because they're all prospects, they're all young. Initial reaction before we go into the second one, because there's two.
Oh, okay. Initial reaction is, look,
Fans are creative and they're letting their creative
hats
outlet.
off. Yes, funny song. Now, it is a Red Sox fan, so of course it's like kind of whiny. I have to say that.
They have a reason. Come on, they lost to a team full of children and played terrible defense. So I feel
right,
them.
exactly. So I'm also like, you know what? You get a pass on this one, and the song was funny. I wish the lyrics were there. We could have tightened up those lyrics, I think, but overall, there were some very good jokes in there, and I really thought. You saw it. It made me laugh. It was good. I liked it. Yeah.
The way it started to reference their bad defense. Like, I wish we had an infield that could play major league caliber baseball. All right, now let's watch the second one. It's about Bobby Dahlbeck being called up from quadruple A. Go ahead and play it.
Okay, well, this is already, I'm looking at the freeze frame we've got, and already off to a great start. Let me see if I can pull it up.
He strikes out Dahlbeck. Like 60% of the time, it's a lot more likely that he strikes out. But he's going to this. It's Bobby Dahlbeck. It's Bobby Dahlbeck.
No! Bro, why did they do this man so wrong?
Whoever's doing this is funny as hell. Like, they started off acting like he's the man. He's back. Bobby's back.
I know. I was like, oh, yeah,
I knew it was going to go wrong when they called him the quadruple A bat of thunder or whatever.
I was like, good. Okay, that's interesting.
That's not good. I knew it was going downhill from there because that means you're too good for AAA, but you're not good enough for the major league, so you're quadruple A.
Like 60% of the time.
Yeah, he's gonna hit home runs, cue the home run songs, and he's gonna strike out a lot too, like 60% of the time. Probably more. Probably gonna do more striking out than home runs.
Yeah.
But it's all right because he's gonna try his best.
Bro, they did that man so dirty.
How do we feel about these? Fair or foul? I love it.
God.
I think it's fair as hell. No matter how disparaging it is, I think it's fair.
Because it's fan to their own team. It's fair as hell. It's so funny. I do feel a little bit bad for this Bobby guy because, wow.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's tough. They did him so dirty, but hey, if the stats don't lie, then the stats don't lie. I guess that's what it is.
I'm rooting for Bobby, man. Hopefully he can get a new song later in the season if he plays really well, and hopefully they can fix that.
Yeah, at least the song's catchy, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
kind of is.
it's a good song.
Dude, I'm
like,
like-
if you're gonna get a song written about you that's like kind of then at least it's a fun song.
But you know, good genre switch too, because it went from like country sad to like rock.
Is it the same guy?
Rock country? Yeah, same guy.
Oh wow, yeah, then that's
Yeah.
extra impressive. Honestly, yeah, this guy's killing it.
Yeah,
This is great.
I don't know how he's doing this either, because it did come out very quickly. Like,
That's hilarious.
I don't know if it's
I
AI or what, but something's going on. He's got some magic sauce.
Maybe, but no critique, just 100%. Production, I take back, lyrics are great. Everything's perfect. Nicely done. Hilarious.
Let's wrap up the show. Look at next week's games. The midweek matchups that we got. That's the ones that are being played right now. We got the Rangers at Tigers, Angels at Rays. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Anything that sticks out to you where you're like, I'm tuning into this or checking the score on this one at the very least just to see, is it a good game or not?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to keep pointing out any Pirates games. I'm expecting something from them. Guardians, Red Sox, I think will be interesting. Hey, your Royals are playing the White Sox, so
If they don't
are
sweep,
you worried?
they should sweep.
Are you worried?
They should sweep. I think Guardians,
no.
Red Sox is a good test for Boston and Cleveland. See like what both teams are made of. Finally get to see New York play against some American League East Division rival opponents here with the Blue Jays. Let's see if Oakland can beat the Cardinals. Why not? Two hot teams, Pirates and Mets, going at it against each other, and Houston and Atlanta. That's got to be the marquee matchup right there. It's Houston and Atlanta.
That's the one, yeah. And so I guess we'll see. I mean, that'll be a good test also to see if Houston's as dead as I think they are.
I don't think they are, but they could still lose this and still be on the right path. The weekend matchups. Da-na-na. We got the Rays at New York this time. Is that true? I might have messed that up. I feel like they're at the Trop. Let me double check that while I keep talking about
Weren't
it.
they were just at the oh, this is the weekend. Okay, yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but we got Rays at Yankees, Texas at Atlanta. Now, good series. They already played each other. Like, they've played each other recently, but Orioles and Royals playing against each other. The New York Mets at LA. I think Red Sox Pirates is going to be good. What's your let's just cut to the chase. What's your favorite series on here that you're like, oh, this is going to be good. I'll watch that.
Yeah, I don't know that there's anything on here that like is really standing out as like must-see TV for me right now.
Oh, I got one.
Obviously I'll be checking out the Rays Yankees game, but yeah, I don't know. What would you say?
Orioles, Royals, because those are two fun teams to watch right now. I think that's the most fun series to watch will probably be Orioles and Royals. I'll just say Baltimore, Kansas City. That's like weird to say, Orioles and Royals. It doesn't flow, right? Royals and doesn't even matter. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all. I'm hearing a lot of mush mouth today from you.
Boston and Pittsburgh would be maybe a good series. I don't know. Depends. I'm interested to see if Boston is good. Even
I mean,
Boston fans
Diamondbacks,
will say no.
Giants.
But they're both kind of boo-boo right now.
Yeah, Giants, Diamondbacks will, who's going to be like number 4
Yeah.
or number 4 and 5 of the West.
This week is really big for the Yankees. You're playing the Blue Jays and the Rays, so we'll see if let's see if they hold up. If what we talked about, like, is their success sustainable? I think they get a good test this week against some AL East guys.
Yeah, and what do you think? Just out of curiosity, where do you put them?
The Rays and Blue Jays are like tough, right? It's tough to tell right now, man. It really is. I would say the Yankees are better than both of those teams. That's what I would say.
I think they are better. That's why again the question ends up not being about like what caliber. I think they're showing their caliber, so we'll see what happens.
All right, let's look at our primetime pick standings where we're at right now. Lisa and Brett are, I don't know if you want to call that a tie. I think Brett has you in winning percentage, but you guys are both like one game above 500. You're 4-3, he's 3-2. I thought I was gonna come back, but I'm hanging in there though. I'm not too far behind you guys. I'm 3-4. The primetime games this week at 4:00. Mets at the Dodgers on Saturday. Who do you have winning Saturday? Mets versus Dodgers in Los Angeles.
Dodgers.
Shocker, we have LA again. Yeah.
Hey, I had the Padres last time. Oh, you mean on TV? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say the Dodgers. I know that you're saying the Mets are hot right now, but yeah, I don't know. What does Frank the Tank say?
I don't know. He probably will say that the Mets will lose and that this is just a good stretch and a terrible season. I'll go Dodgers too. Sunday night, I think it's at 7 o'clock. We have Texas Rangers at the Atlanta Braves. That's a cool matchup.
That'll be a good matchup. Yeah.
I'm gonna go first here. I'll say Atlanta's gonna win at home against the Rangers.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I was actually just double checking. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say Atlanta.
So we're staying the same this week?
Yeah, I guess we are.
Okay. I was hoping you'd pick
We'll
Texas.
see.
I can't see now. You're playing a good strategy. Now you're just like, I'm gonna pick whatever Ant picks, because that way I can't lose or gain ground, and I'm like 2 games ahead of him, so I'll never lose.
No, I just actually think the Braves are gonna beat the Rangers. Like, actually.
Yeah. Well, shout out.
I mean, I could be wrong.
There's the standings again. Just for fun, not to do with the primetime picks, because it's not a primetime game. Who's gonna win between Yankees and Rays this weekend series? You want to do a bet? Should we do a bet on it? A show bet?
Though, who's gonna take the series?
Yeah. Should we do a show bet on this? Obviously,
Sure,
I'll
if you
bet
want.
Yankees. I'll bet Rays.
It's gonna be the Yankees.
What should we make this bet? I'll bet you. You gotta go to a Rays game with me in full on Rays gear. You gotta wear the Harold Ramirez wig and a Sam Fold cape and have the foam star on your hand, and we'll go to a Rays game. If I lose, what am I doing? I'll go to a Rays Yankee game in Yankees gear. How about that?
I was gonna say, yeah. Well, no, I would say not even a Rays Yankees game. Go to any Rays game with Yankee stuff on.
Deal.
That would be enough.
Deal. That's not fair. I think it's a little lopsided, but I'll say deal to that because I have nothing to lose. We're gonna win. So.
All right. Okay.
That's the show. Unless you got anything else, that concludes our program today. Again, I think we gave you guys the best show we've ever had.
Oh my God, it was fantastic. I've never seen a better show.
Yeah.
Thank you if you watch this far or listen this far. Appreciate your time, and make sure you like us and do all the things you're supposed to do to help us beat the algorithm.
Shout out Jackie Robinson. It's Jackie Robinson Day. Number 42. All right. Until next time.
See ya.
Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling different. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling differently.